Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist, back at it again. Here for you at the most, your true host, Heru, the modern monk, back at it again with episode number 59. Technology Fast Challenge. I'm challenging you to do a technology fast. Even though we've been fasting, some of us staying home. Some of us probably don't even have a job we can go to. So we probably wondering what's going on. We've been watching Netflix and all these other entertainment venues instead of taking the time to get off. So, like I said, welcome again to episode 59, number 59. I want to thank you for exclusively subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. I hold and go. So push that button. I want to thank you more than enough. I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. And much love for those of you who's been tuning up and tuning in. So let's dive into this technology fast parameters or whatnot. Let me give you some of my thoughts that I grasped the last 2 days. I took 2 days off of technology, just getting away from my cell phone, getting away from my computer activity, and just getting away from the rumping and running with the thinking I'm so important, looking at my likes and all these other funny things. It's kind of interesting how you got these habits that really dictates your how many times you're clicking on the phone. And it's kind of funny because you can track all this activity on your phone, seeing how many times you're actually looking at your phone, how many times you're actually using your phone, not just your phone, but even your computer. I know people are getting away from the computer thing. They're going more to the iPads and all these little pocket type devices and whatnot. But just wanted to give you an eye opener on some things that actually kind of give you a refresher course with technology, getting away from technology, leaving it away. Those of you who are, I would say, 35 and up, once upon a time you didn't need this cell phone. You knew numbers, right? You knew your numbers, you knew phone numbers, you knew addresses. You didn't have to put in a GPS to find a place. You knew what was up. You knew your surroundings. You was more aware of what was going on. That's the beautiful thing about prior to technology taking over our worldview as we know right now. And I'm talking worldview, your world, literally. That cell phone invades your world. And it's kind of interesting too, because they got all these locators and everything like that. So I took these days off. I've been on vacation from the job and from my my personal training business model as well. And it, just getting away from people a little bit, kind of rejuvenate myself, revising myself, reamping myself, adding more frequency or higher level, where I did a lot of meditation. I got some time. I got closer to nature, got more out there in the nature, got under the sun, did a lot of sunbathing the last couple of days. This week, actually, this whole week has been like that, getting out. Even though it's raining right now, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit. So I might definitely get out anyway again. Get my little meditation walk on. What I usually do, I do like maybe a 45-minute walk, and sometimes like the other day yesterday I walked like maybe 12 miles yesterday. Just crazy, from one end of the island to the other end of the island, even though that don't make sense. But we are on an island out here. So it's been kind of crazy. But it puts me to work, and it's amazing how your body performs when you put it in a situation, when you put your body in a situation to perform, and that's the cool thing about the one idea or the concept that kept coming to my mind is like, people, we need to get our health right. We need to get our physical health right, our mental health right, our spiritual health right, our financial health right, period, point blank. Things are what they say, things are thoughts, thoughts are things. We must start taking ownership of our health. Period, point blank. I don't care what anybody say or who this and that. And ownership. Taking ownership of it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the cool thing about getting away from this technology. Take ownership of your life. You know, they're invading your life 24/7, 7 days a week. Oh, I can just look it up on Google, or I can look it up on Bing, or I can look it up on my little Android or my iPhone. And that's crazy too, because we have got into a situation where this status bullshit is like crazy. Oh, I got an iPhone. Did that make you any better? Oh, I got an Android. Does that make you any better? The bigger the phone, the more important you look. Even though you sitting up here, it's amazing how the status of our of materialistic conquering, I guess, I don't know what it is, materialistic status puts people in a situation where you don't really, you're putting yourself under a lot more stress. Let me say it like that. You're worrying about all these other issues that really don't have nothing to do with you per se, but it does, and it trickles down and actually affects you. It affects your children, it affects your surroundings, it affects your mindset. You know, therefore your habits of doing certain things that are really not conducive or adding value to you. It's taking value. Now, I understand where the phone and the computer and stuff like that comes in place, where you're using it as a tool that may be an asset, that you're building an asset or adding value, kind of like with the tools I'm using now. So I use my phone to do my podcast show, and I use my computer to do my podcast show. Now, there's certain things that I can do with the computer that my phone just don't do, right? Even though you may want to do that, but that's too much work. I'd rather click and play, if that makes sense. Kind of make it simple, you know, because simplicity is one of the key things that I think the technology fast actually allows you to do. You start thinking, something that I think we don't do. We start thinking outside the box. We start taking ownership outside the box. We start taking ownership of ourselves, of what we are, how we think, what is available out there, what is the resources, what is the capital resources, what is my relationship capital that I have created with others. You know, thinking about people you haven't thought about that can add value to what you're doing or your projects that you got, you know, on deck. You know, something I've really been thinking about: why do you not have "You Are the Gym" t-shirts? Ask that question. Answer that question. Why are you not pushing "You Are the Gym"? And I don't care. The brand is the brand. I'm the brand. You feel me? I am a part of this structure. That's why I think you have to create clarity. We need an enema. We have to create clarity. We have to detox. And this is the whole point of the cell phone, the computer, all that stuff. Getting away from that stuff. Getting away from it. I'll challenge you, just take one day out your week. One day out your week where you're just not using a cell phone, you're not using no computer, no kind of digital devices. I challenge you, once a week, take it once a week. Because I made a vow this week that I'm going to take one day out of my stressful week and just don't even use the phone. It's going to be a day off where I just don't, no more. And living a life, living a more quality life, adding more value, even doing, look, you can read in those, there's so much things you can do in those particular hours or that day. You can read, you know what I'm saying? You can use your mind, use your imagination. You feel me? Work on some things that, especially as a fitness enthusiast, calisthenic enthusiast, I'm always challenging my body. What can I do? Okay, now can I add more? Let me get busy and just work on my handstand push-ups. You right? Certain things. Work on my human flag. Work on my aesthetic type of exercises that I don't even really give enough. I don't think I give enough time, even though you want to be able to do it every day, ideally. That was weird. My computer stopped. I know I got enough RAM on there. That brother said RAM. But these are the things I want you to start thinking about, contemplating within this particular technology fast. I've been doing these technology fasts for many years now, and I think I started in 2013 I started doing this stuff. 2013 I started doing these technology fasts, and I was pretty intense back then. I was doing like 7 days. Now taking the time to do like 3 days, or taking the time to do 2 days like I did today or this last couple days. I took 2 days off. And you tend to have these habits. Like I said, these habits are these rituals, checking your phone every 5 seconds, every 5 minutes. And that's exaggeration, but you know what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of people on these phones and cell phones. They always checking. And I can't stand that in the job environment either. I think that's one of the more anti-productive elements within the job atmosphere. You're on your phone, and most of the time people are paying so much attention to their phone that they don't even know what's around them. You see people now walking, looking at their phone, walking literally, and don't even pay attention. I remember an incident happened a couple years back, actually almost 10 years, almost 10 years back, where it was a female. She was walking. I didn't see it, but according to the results, according to what people were saying, the sister had her earbuds in. She's walking across the railroad tracks, seen one of the trains coming on one side, but the other side, she didn't pay attention to the other side, and it just hit her. Killed her instantly. It was a woman there, and a friend of mine was at the scene. He was at the scene because he was working, he owned a print shop, like literally right in front of the train station, or train crossing. And he seen all the blood. I mean, the blood just was splattered across the cars and everything. It was crazy. Just his analogy, or his description of what he was talking, and it's kind of interesting. We don't pay no attention. We're not paying attention to even our thoughts. We're just responding to our likes, to our Instagram page. Oh, how important am I? I only got 5 likes today. Is that really, am I really important? So it's kind of interesting, because a brother of mine, Shaka Shabai, shout out to you, brother. I'm going to get him on the show too real soon. But we happen to be talking about ownership, intellectual property, and some other different elements of, especially when it comes to like podcast shows, or when it comes to your intellectual property, music, whatever the case may be, book writing, whatever the case may be. And, a lot of people really don't understand that the creator is the sole holder. Let's keep it 100 with that. Now, we know people out here claiming other people's property where it don't really. Now, I can see if we negotiate something and we wrote it down or whatever, but I didn't sign nothing. We know this, and we didn't sign nothing. But at the same time, word, right? See, this is another thing too. Joe Budden had hit a good point, because he was talking to Charlemagne once again. Charlemagne the God, or whatever they claim he is. The crazy thing is, he had got spoken upon this before, ownership, right? When you run your own shit, you got your own shit. Period, point blank. You ain't worried about somebody paying you, doing this, doing that. And it's kind of the same thing with, if Home Depot want to get rid of a brother, they can get rid of a brother. Hands down, no questions asked. And that's the funny thing about these companies. They offer you all this bullshit, knowing you making crazy multi-billions of dollars. Kind of like the Tupac situation, the Bob Marley situation, and all these great names of people that we know that have been taken. Literally, their intellectual property has been taken. Their creativity has been taken. They don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? They may claim they do, but they don't own nothing. Here we go with the situation, and maybe the bandwidth is tripping over here. Let me see what's going on. Let me pause this for a minute. Welcome back at it again. Just was having a little issue on the technical side, but just getting back to technology fast. Now, I want to challenge you one day out the week to take some time just to sit the phone down, sit the computer down, and do your game. If you're automotive Uh, you may have with your businesses can your businesses is not going to die overnight for one day taking one day off. People are not going to go crazy because you're not answering your phone for one day. Don't tell me you got excuses for your children. Oh, my children need me and this and that. Most of you on the phone and just bullshitting on the phone. Let's keep it 100. Most of the time you don't even need the phone. What? I've got businesses and I got this and that. If you're doing your business right, it's automated. Everything's automated. Should be on that level. And I think you can live one day without the phone. Without the phone, without your computer, whatever the case may be, it's not going to fall apart. That's why you hire people to do certain things, delegate tasks and whatnot. It's not going to be hard to do that. Just take the time and just see how strong, how disciplined you are without using your particular platform or that particular form of technology. And that's another key thing. It's kind of like the same situation. You should be doing something daily to keep your health right. Period, point blank. You should be eating better quality food. You should be taking the time to take a walk. Even if it's just a walk or a light run. It don't have to be nothing really intense. That's the thing I don't think we pay attention to. But what I was saying about Joe Budden, it was interesting how he was breaking down ownership, understanding what you own. You're a content creator. You feel me? And taking ownership. Damon Dash says the same situation. It's nothing new. This is nothing new, but it's kind of interesting, especially in the black community, because it's like we're very creative, but we like giving our shit away for the big bag, and the big bag is not even worth shit. You know how much more Tupac was worth? Think about this. Tupac, he probably signed that contract, whatever the contract was entitled into, to get him out of prison or whatever the case may be. I'm going to do these 3 albums and I'm out of there. He wasn't expecting that his album was going to triple, double, cripple. You feel me? It's kind of like the Bob Marley thing. When you think about Bob Marley, nobody was pushing that type of music back then. Then all of a sudden, I mean, that's probably the biggest selling album of all time, period. Point blank, hands down. Even though you got Journey, I think Journey is the #1 right now. They excelled over Michael Jackson recently. Thriller. But you could do your own homework on that. I'm just testing the waters. I'm just saying, look, here's a challenge for you to get out there, take some time, once a week. Just take once a week. That's all I'm asking you. Once a week. Kind of like I'm asking you every day. Go take a walk. 30 to 45 minutes walk. And just do some meditating. And do some real walking. Go around your neighborhood. Go check the area. See what's going on around your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I don't think people, I'm scared of the coronavirus and the rioters and all this. Look, people, if you understand who you are, you understand what's going on, you understand your boundaries, you understand your community, most of the time, people are not even going to mess with you. They see you about a mission, you keep it pushing. Hey, hello, how you doing? Keep it on. Everything falls in place, people. Stop acting like everything is a fear factor. Shit, they need to bring that back, Joe Rogan, fear factor. Because a lot of these motherfuckers scared of everything. We scared of everything. We got our children all bundled up looking like little zombies running around here. Shit all over their face. They probably wondering what the fuck is going on. I got this thing. I was wearing a mask inside the womb. Now I'm wearing a super mask outside this bitch. I don't want to come back here. They wonder what the hell. Yeah, technology fast. I challenge you to do that. And I challenge you to take the time to do some meditation. Take some time to think within. Go within yourself. You have the power. Let me get my notes out. That brother said, let me get my notes out. You know what I was thinking with all this, even what I was kind of my meditation. This is what some of the things that was coming to mind. I'm going to read this list off because this was actually pretty cool. Not a list, but just some of the things that I was writing down at the time. I must think for myself. You feel me? I must think for myself. These are things I think we don't do, or we're not trying to do, because we're caught up in all this technology. So we allow the technology to think for us. What should I put up next on my Instagram page? Or what can I do on Facebook to set me different from everybody else? You know what I'm saying? Speaking more positive thoughts, creating positive behaviors for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the long haul, not just the short amount of money they're going to give you, all these different Spotifys and all these bullshit different algorithms or particular companies that's buying you. They're buying you for less value than you're truly worth. Can I say that again? They're buying you for less value that you're truly worth. Your worth, it's not a number. That's the thing, people. I don't care if one person listen to this, I have done my job, right? Even though the fame and fortune, all that stuff comes together. It comes. You feel me? That's not the mission here. The mission is waking motherfuckers up. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Drink the Kool-Aid. Or maybe you don't need to drink the Kool-Aid. But I know it's coffee now. We got Starbucks on every corner in the country. So it's no excuses. Whatever they putting in that coffee may be the problem. But wake up, please. This is the whole point of the technology fast. Get off that stuff. You are the blueprint. That's what I put here. I am the blueprint. Fasting from technology is a must. I'm grateful for you taking the time to tune in and tune up. Because that's what we need. We need a tune up. We need a cleansing. And that was the beautiful thing, just being by the ocean, experiencing the ocean, Mother Earth. That's really the Mother Earth right there, the ocean. You know, the ocean is what, 75, 78% of the plane, right? So the ocean is talking to me. It's telling me, look, it's time for a cleansing. It's time to wake up. It's time to open. It's time to get out of this so-called coma that we've been in for a long time now. Especially I would say we've been in a coma since the ratification, since the invention of this country. As soon as they started creating the media and controlling the media. And think about that. This is another thing that came to me. You know, it's about 100 companies or 100 families that literally run this country. They always talk about the 1%, but the 1% is literally in every facet or every industry, right? This is nothing new I'm talking about. Like I said, go watch Zeitgeist. I think that puts everything in perspective. And that was filmed in 2007, where it was released in 2007. The first one, Zeitgeist. But my point is this, and it's not my point, it's the points of others that's been the forefathers, the foremothers that's been ahead of me that have put this thought in the ether for me to share it. Because that's basically one of my, this is what we do here. This is what is part of the building blocks to build a solid foundation where we cannot be moved. Where we cannot be moved. So I speak on it, and I put the gratification is in your hands. The appreciation is in your hands. You feel me? The effect that I'm impacting others all around the globe. And I wouldn't even say all around the globe. I would say on the flat plane. That brother said He's a flat earther. He's a flat earther. You know, they was talking flat earth before they came up with this so-called theory of round theory. Uh-oh, the atom. Uh-oh, now we starting to get in some other scientific discoveries, my folks, my people. But see, this is the whole point of life, right? Life challenges you in general. Now, what has happened in the late 1990s, I would say 90, 94, 95, they invented this, well, it was already invented, the cell phone, but it was created for the masses. It started getting a lot more availability for the masses. People can start and afford it, even though it was about still $400 or $500 to have a cell phone back in 1996, right? I was thinking I was balling because I had enough to get a cell phone and put the put everything in. I was messing with Motorola back in the day. Motorola, I think that was what it was called back in the day. But my point is this. Since the invention has encroached. Is that how you say it? Encroached. That term. It has been indoctrinated in our lives. Therefore, with the locations, therefore with the tracking devices that they've been doing. And I was noticing one thing when I left all my cell phone and everything the last couple of days, because I've been on a walking venture, and got out and smelled the Mother Earth, smelled the ocean, got over there with the ocean, talked to the ocean, talked to the birds, the birds that was presented over there. Even talked to some of the fish, really going back to the fish. I had to jump in the water, start getting back into start swimming and getting an understanding of what's going on with them too, touching bases with them. But that brother talking crazy. But the technology fast gave me a more aha moment. Let me say it like that. And it will give you an aha moment because you're not taking the time to be disturbed or taking the time to be distracted with shit that don't even have nothing to do with you. You feel what I'm saying? And that's even on a business side level, on a business level. We so caught up in, okay, let me get these algorithms. Let me touch bases with these people. Let me do this. Let me do this. Instead of really going out and taking the time to do venues like I want to get back on the platform. I'd rather get back on the stage talking to people. I love engaging with the people. That's why the podcasting has been more of an avenue for me to really explain, talk about different theories, talk about different concepts, ideas, and share these views. Because the question I have for you, why don't you have "You Are the Gym" t-shirt? Why are you not representing it? And the key thing is not even the t-shirt. It's actually living the lifestyle. You feel me? Mind Your Own. That's the new app I'm going to be creating. Mind Your Own Lifestyle. And it's basically, you are the gym, right? It's You Are the Gym manifested in this app. Not just in this app, but living the lifestyle. Living a healthier lifestyle. Building healthier relationships with others and people that are around you daily basis. Even some of your past relationships, right? Kind of forgiving, right? Not forgetting, but forgiving, so you can move on. That's the key with the whole aspect of technology. Forgiving, forgiveness, cleansing, detoxing. You know what I'm saying? Keeping a more open forum. Learning new things, adding value to yourself. That's what the technology challenge fast is about. Right? Being able to think for yourself. Ideas are great if they're the right ideas to build value for you. But if they're the ideas that take from you, all of a sudden you sitting over here, you on the phone, you doing this, you looking this up, and all of a sudden you see something else. Eye candy, as they would say. Eye candy. That's the problem with the phone situation. Even with your computer, you browsing and you got 18 different windows open. And you have everything just taking your attention away from you. Smoke break. Add levels, right? Because everything in life is levels, right? It's a certain amount of levels that we see. Kind of like the Matrix when Neo was going into the sequence and he was seeing the female with the red vest. With the red dress. His attention got distracted, right? From what the status quo was of his learning and training regimen. See, and that's the thing I think with the cell phone and all this stuff. It takes you from your training. It takes you from learning or adding value to what is actually going on with your thing. That's why the online training stuff, the online teaching stuff can be very distracting. The one thing about in school, when you're in a formal lecture setting, even though some of them are boring, let's keep it 100. But if you have an engaging instructor, it makes things fun. It makes you learn things quicker. You feel me? Uh-oh. That brother saying something that is not fitting right with you, huh? But if you're getting any value from these particular podcast shows, you can always subscribe. You can always send it to your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa, everybody. Everybody needs an eye-opener sometimes. Everybody needs this. Everybody needs their health. That's the key thing. Everybody needs their physical health. If you truly want to live a quality life, you have to get your health down first. Not accepting this big fat nasty McNasty and you telling me you look good and all this. Yeah, you may look good to some people who's into that type of fat, nasty McUgly. If you want to go there. But no, it's not accepted anymore. Let's have some let's get some qualifications going on here. And I'm not telling you got to be the model the model, the Victoria's Secret model or anything, because that is not standard. That looks yucky. That don't even make no sense. That's not even a body. And I don't need you to be looking like muscle bound either. And the dudes too. We need an ass beating. You go around all the. I'm walking around Hawaii, one of the beautifulest place. One of the most interesting cities actually in North America. Let's say it like that. Now, the one thing I'm having a problem with, they're glorifying out here beautiful terrain, beautiful sights, hands down. Tropical, your typical, TV, yada, 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 paradise, right? But then on the other side, you have all these memorials, all this glorifying death. I can walk around my neighborhood and we got literally, right now off the head, I can tell you we got 4 graveyards or cemeteries just near me. Literally. And I'm talking like old cemeteries, 1800s. You feel me? 1800s. And it's pretty sad when you got these memorials. They glorify the bombing. They glorify all this chaotic bullshit, war. This is what I notice out here. And they're telling you Honolulu. They're telling you Hawaii. They're telling you the Hawaii spirit. Think about this. This is so interesting because Hawaii's like this cell phone. Hawaii's like your computer. It's so many distractions where you're like, what the really fuck is going on here? You got churches every mile or so. You got liquor stores every mile. And it's like they're right next door to each other. Right? So you got your religious, you got your liquor stores, then you got your You're grave diggers. You're grave diggers. And then you're telling me to live in harmony. You're wondering why the homeless man, sister, sitting out there begging, not want nothing, don't really want nothing, but you're telling me they're forced to be in this situation. But it's an understanding. It's about a mind, right? Your mind got to get right, people. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your body right. When you get those two things in perspective, other things will seem like, oh, all of a sudden everything is a positive. They talk about this karma, right? They talk about karma. What is karma? How is karma affected in everybody's life? If it ain't going to get you now, it's going to get you later. Maybe. That's a maybe. Because you sure do got a lot of crooks running this country right now that's getting away with murder and all kinds of shit. When do their end come? Anybody explain that to me on this karma thing? You know, if you believe in karma, if karma exists. See, and that's another thing. We always bow down. We exalt these beliefs. I believe. I have faith. I'm in this. I'm in that. Brothers and sisters, how long is that going to take till you start waking up and smelling the coffee? Because coffee do got a nice, beautiful aroma. You know that? But we never get the time to smell it. We just drink it on down. Then we got all these sweeteners that we put in the shit to make it so-called better. But then the betterness is not doing anything better to our bodies. Technology Fast Challenge. One day. Just take one day out your week. I'm not asking for much. One day out your week to throw that fucking phone away. Put that phone under cover. Put it up in somewhere. Put it in the closet. And don't look at it till the next day. Put that computer up. Get away from tech. I bet you will feel 100% better. Literally, you will feel 100% better. You won't be drained. Your eyes won't be all drying out. Your heart feel a little better. You feel released. Shoulders feel released. It's funny too. Even those of you who don't even have a following or not even doing anything in social media or anything on that level. You feel released. You feel the pressure off you. You know what? This is the bully. Your phone is the bully. The phone is that kid who you don't like that's bothering you all the time. All the time. What I'm asking of you, and I'm suggesting that you take one day. It takes one day, son, before you meet the existence that you are the master. You are the master. You have to take charge. Charge! That's what they used to tell them brothers back in the day in the military. And you know them generals? Them generals used to be bout it too. They'd be out there fighting with you. What happened to that concept? They used to be fighting with you. Now you can't even get a general to fight with you. They fighting with you, but they behind that computer. Watching the algorithms. Watching how they profiling. How they censoring. Oh yeah, they censoring Heru over there. Podbean, YouTube. That brother said 9/11. He mentioned 9/11. He mentioned Corona. He mentioned people waking up. People getting out of their coma. He's an influencer. Yes, he's an influencer. Wake him up. Giving you a hand up. Not a hand out. I'm giving you a hand up. Let's knuckle up over here. Let's knuckle up and start strategically. You feel me? Strategically invading the infrastructure that has been killing you day in and day out. They have taken your child. Uh-oh. But you don't see that because you're lost in the jungle too. They have taken your child, but you lost in the jungle. You don't even know where your child is. Now you start seeing evidence that your child is really lost because they don't know who you are. Uh-oh. I want to thank you again for tuning in to the coldest network on the network. You feel what? Look, this is a network within a network. This podcast is so unique. You know why this podcast is unique? Because I'm telling you, let me back up. I'm suggesting to you to open the fuck up. Open your mind. Think for yourself. You ever heard of that? None of these podcasters are doing anything like what I'm doing, what I'm suggesting to y'all right now. That's why I should have 1 billion subscribers on this podcast. 1 billion, yes. I said it. Because the value is unlimited. You are unlimited. You have unlimited power. So take advantage of the power that you have in your hands right now. Your thoughts, your thinking, your intellectual property. Because that's what they're doing. They're taking everything from you. Where you're going to wake up and you're going to find out you're butt-ass naked again. Butt-ass naked. And they say, nobody cares. You see these corporations? These corporations are making billions. I mean, it's unheard of, the money. And they're talking about how they're losing profits. Anybody with me here? These corporations talk about how they losing profits. Like I said, anybody who's going public is going to be it's their demise. That's their demise, literally. Any company that's going public, it's their demise. You can't keep shitting on people and thinking nobody's gonna and think nobody's gonna stand up, people. Please. This is what the whole aspect of this particular challenge has enabled, empowered. Brothers and sisters, my gains are crazy. My gains are crazy. I don't even understand why you are not taking the time to come on the show. I want you on the show. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear what you got to say about these situations that's going on right here, right now. We in Hawaii right now. Like I said, the most beautiful place on the plane. Everybody want to come to this bitch. Everybody want to come. See, this is the thing with me. Yeah, I don't have no family and all that stuff, no immediate family, children and all that other distractions. So I'm going to do what I want to do, period, point blank. I'm going to enjoy the things that I know, that I feel that I will enjoy, and do them. No one's stopping you. You got to take the time to take control of your finances. You got to take the time to take control of your family living, your family bond. You have the power to do it. You have to put things in perspective. Even if you got to do a job for 6 months, get your paper right. Delegate certain elements. Take 3 accounts. Get 3 bank accounts. This is what I'm going to do for this. This is what I'm going to do for this. And this is what I'm going to do for that. Period, point blank. Discipline yourself. Period, point blank. And get people around you that will help you discipline yourself. Create these habits. They saying this brother went off on this show. Technology fan. I'm telling you, this has been an aha moment. Especially with the time going on right now with this coronavirus. with the coronavirus, the COVID-19. I'm telling you folks, wow, we are so powerful. We are the currency of the existence of these corporations. People, what we need to do with these small businesses that are actually giving value to the community, let me qualify that. You feel me? I'm talking about businesses, not these Asian companies that's taken from the black communities, because I see them all the time. And I've been around the country a few times. Those of you who know me, I get around. I've been from California to Florida to Alaska, and you seeing how these companies, look, these little small ass companies coming into these neighborhoods, they're really destroying the neighborhoods. They're not giving any value. Kind of like your big conglomerates too. Walmart, Home Depot. You feel me? Costco's, Lowe's. Are they really bringing value to your community, or are they taking from the community? Right? Think about it. Now, if these companies, these small companies, these mom and papa stores, as you would call them, these mom and papas, if they're giving value to the community, why are we not supporting them? We should be going there anyway. Look, bruh, this is what I got. I got my money. I'm going to bring my money to your particular store or mom and pop store and buy from you. If you ain't open, we going to make you open. You feel me? We going to demand that you stay open. We going to support you. Now, you talking about a movement? You talking about something that's actually impacting your community? That's what we can start off doing. Look, I had an aha moment yesterday. A big aha moment. It's so many abandoned spots out here in Hawaii. And I'm talking about neighborhoods that they don't even really give a fuck about. Period. Point blank. In the beautiful place in North America, where we can sing and have joy and live a life of prospering and this and that. Does it exist? You make it exist. Because you empower it. You develop the currency. Heru. You make the currency. You are the energy. Shout out to you, Sadat, my brother. Rest in peace. We do miss you upon this plane, brother. I would definitely have you on this podcast show. Energy, using that. Resonance, as my brother would say, resonance. You are the energy to the whole fabric of this universe. The oneness. You are the God. You are the goddess. Take power. Take ownership. Look, I know we got to rely on certain conglomerates, right? For temporary. That's temporary. A job is temporary. When you have that mindset, then you know what you got to do. You got to get your own. You got to build your own. What you doing after that 9 to 5? You feel me? If you getting value from this show, you should be subscribed. If not, subscribe now. Send this to somebody that you know who can value from this. And it's all love and appreciation. And I'm grateful for the platform. I'm grateful for this opportunity to engage. You feel me? But I don't want to get philosophical with you. And I know some cases we could get real bored out here. You feel me? But see, this is the whole point of putting that fire under that ass. Put that foot in that ass. As that brother said, let me put this foot in that ass. See, and the funny thing is, too. See, this is the cold thing. Me and my brother was talking about this morning. You know what? Everybody's acting like bitches now. We acting like bitches. Now, bitches is all across the board. Men, women, everybody. babies. We crying about shit that we should be taking ownership of and taking control and understanding what the fuck is going on, what the status quo is. We getting too complacent, my people. That's what we have gotten with the technology. Whew, I'm going to end it right there. Much love, peace. I'm out.